So Intel just confirmed the Arc G3 lineup for handhelds. Computex 2026 is only a few weeks away, and that's where we're going to get the full reveal. Now I've got a Legion 2 Go right here, and I've been using it as my main handheld for a while now. And after going through everything Intel is bringing with the G3, I honestly think that Legion Go 2 owners need to pay attention to this, because the GPU inside of this thing, it might actually be the underdog in this fight. Let me break it all down. So the Legion Go 2 runs the AMD Ryzen Z Extreme. It's got Zen 5 architecture, 8 cores, and it boosts all the way up to 5 GHz. It is a solid CPU, no complaints at all. But on the graphics side, we've got the Radeon 890M with 16 compute units on RDNA 3.5. Now look, it is better than what was in the original Legion Go, for sure, but it is not AMD's top GPU. That would be the AI Max 395 that you see in the high-end mini PCs. The 890M is the handheld chip, and that is exactly where things start to get interesting. So Intel has two chips coming, the Arc G3 and the Arc G3 Extreme. Both of them are built on Panther Lake, which is Intel's newest architecture. Now on the CPU side, they are nearly identical. 14 cores, 14 threads, clocking somewhere between 4.6 and 4.7 GHz. Where they actually split apart is on the GPU. The base Arc G3 gets 10 graphics cores running at 2.2 GHz. The Arc G3 Extreme bumps that up to 12 cores at 2.3 GHz. And that is basically the same chip as Intel's Arc B390 desktop GPU, but it is just tuned down for handheld power levels. Both chips use fast memory that is built right into the package. Power draw starts at 25 watts and goes up to 65 on the G3 and up to 80 watts on the Extreme. And pricing is expected to land somewhere between $800 and $1,200. Here is what actually got my attention with all of this. So the Arc B390, which is the same GPU going into the G3 Extreme, has already been tested head-to-head against the Radeon 890M in my Legion Go 2. Intel actually wins. It is not that close either. Real-world gaming tests are showing the B390 anywhere from 20 to 40% faster, depending on the game, of course. Intel's own numbers push that even higher. They are claiming up to 73 or even 82%. Now, the independent tests are more in the 20 to 40 range, but even that is a pretty significant gap. Now, here's the part that really got me. Even the base G3, the cheaper one with just 10 graphics cores, it is still faster than the 890M. So the entry-level G3 handheld would already outperform what is sitting in my Legion Go 2 right now. That was not what I was expecting going into this. Arc Raiders is built on Unreal Engine 5, full nanite, full lumen. It is one of the heavier games out right now, and this thing handles it really well. I am not having to make crazy sacrifices to get a good experience here. It looks great and it plays really smooth. Now imagine throwing a G3 Extreme at this with multi-frame gen on top. That would just be even better.
Just jump off, man. Where's he at? Where's he at? Got a grenade up there. Where's he at?
Look up. Danger. Up there.
Try to shoot him.
Now Black Ops 7 is where the Legion Go 2 feels a little bit more comfortable. Call of Duty is really well optimized for mobile. It responds great to FSR and 800p on medium to high settings. This thing runs really smooth, but if you push it all the way up to 1200p with max settings with FSR quality on, you are pretty much sitting at around 39 frames per second. And that is playable, but in a shooter, that is just not where you want to be. So having more GPU headroom would make a real difference in a game like this, and that is exactly what the G3 Extreme would bring to the table. Now on top of the raw GPU performance, There is one more thing that I want to talk about. So Intel just rolled out XeSS 3 multi-frame generation to all of their Arc GPUs. Now, what that means in real terms is that a game running at 70 frames per second can actually jump past 160 frames per second with 4 times frame gen turned on. Now, AMD does have FSR frame gen, and it works fine. But what Intel is doing with XeSS on their Xe3 hardware right now is something that AMD just does not have a match for at the moment. And the more games that add XeSS support, the bigger that advantage gets over time. For a game like Arc Raiders that is already running pretty well, multi-frame gen would actually just take it to another level entirely. Now, before I tell anyone to go out and buy a G3 handheld, two things need to land right. First, the NPU. So Intel has been hinting at something called auto super resolution. You can think of it like upscaling at the driver level. So it would work in every single game without needing XeSS support built in. Now, reports are saying the G3's NPU is actually stronger than what AMD is shipping right now. But whether it is going to be ready at launch, that is still to be confirmed. Second is pricing. We're looking at somewhere between $800 and $1,200. If a G3 Extreme device comes in at around that $800 mark with good build quality, I would say that that is a serious buy, especially if you are on the original Legion Go or an ROG Ally. But if it comes in at around $1,200, then that is a much tougher conversation. Look, so I came into this thinking that my Legion Go 2 was going to be fine for a good while, and on the CPU side it still is, but the GPU gap here is real. The 890M is behind what the G3 Extreme is already showing in benchmarks, and I do not have anything like XeSS multi-frame gen on the AMD side right now. If the G3 handhelds come in between $800 and $900 at Computex, and the build quality is actually there, this becomes a real upgrade conversation for Legion Go 2 owners. It is not a must buy, but it is also not something that I would just sleep on. I am also going to be covering other devices that come out of Computex when it drops, so if you want to catch that, make sure that you are subscribed and drop a comment below. Are you on a Legion Go 2, or what mobile device are you playing on? As well as what are you playing on it, and where are you feeling the limits? I'm Ed Saavedra, and I will catch you all in the next one.